ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Awkward Question Time. Please welcome your host, Alex Leam.
I knew we'd meet again. Hello, and welcome back to the return of Awkward Question Time with me, Alex Leam, the show where we take a panel of comedians and subject them to an hour's worth of awkward and stupid questions. But not all of the questions come from me. Some will hopefully be coming from you as well. Mention them in the comments. Submit your questions for the panel. More cringe, the better, and answer along with us as we go along. Give us a share, retweet, or subscribe on YouTube. While we're at it, quick plug for my own pages at Alex Leam Stand Up on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter at Alex Leam and search Alex Leam on YouTube. I've not actually updated that caption since we last did this a year ago. I'm also now on TikTok. No, it's not going that well, but I'm persevering. That's the point. The Nokia 3310 is back. I've invested a grand total of 79 pence on a brand new SIM card. Below is the new number 07852 521327. No jingle, because I've been quite busy. I will remake that 90s chat line jingle. Regular old school viewers will know what I'm talking about. 07852 521327. If you're not watching live and you're watching the replay, let us know where and at what time you're watching. And if you are watching us on a proper TV, take an actual picture at some point and DM me a pic. Regular viewer Ian Bowden is already all over this. He's sent me a picture of him watching the holding screen from his TV in his front room. So that's beautiful, Ian. That's commitment. I like that. Well done. Well done. Scan the QR code and give us cash. I'm being blatant and buy that book. Well, yeah. Scan there. PayPal.me/Alex Leam or scan the QR code. Any donations will be split amongst the panel. I'm not holding out hope for much because historically, I think we made about £8 a series. Worth a try, innit? It's worth a try. So that's gone a heck of a lot smoother than I thought it was going to, considering it's been a year since I last did this. Let's bring on tonight's panel. Please welcome in no particular order, George Copping, Katie Brown, Dan Lythe, and Graham Whistler. Good evening.
Hey.
Hello. You're
hello.
You're engrossed in what looks like a very good book there.
Sorry, yeah, I got a book through the post. I've never heard of him.
No, I don't know. It don't look like it's me. His title sounds a bit pretentious.
There's a lot of misspellings. It's quite it's quite awkward, to be honest.
Dan, I did the audio. I had the audio book of that, and it is quite spectacular. I will say.
Is it read by the author?
It is, and I tell you what, his American accent is not embarrassing at all.
Really?
Given the amount of paper that's been used for it to be printed, you'd think he'd be called Alex Ream, wouldn't he? Hey, come on. There we go.
We're back.
Thank you.
It
is over.
We're back.
Yeah.
Actually, there's been an update with StreamYard. You know that they had the background music, so you can have like lo-fi music playing in the background.
Yeah.
Like that. Why would you have that in the background? But you can upload your own now.
Oh.
You can upload your own. Yes.
Yeah.
So you can either play it on its own, or it's got a button where you can loop it so it just keeps going. Which is great. That means you can upload your whatever you like.
What to do? How long did that take? How many seconds was that?
Longer than I thought it was.
I tell you what. If Graham was on, Graham is now actually Awkward Question Time's meme. Out of context, Graham Whistler. We've got to play the video.
Oh, whoop-de-doo.
Whose voice is that?
That seemed a bit deeper than I remember. I don't know if
Congratulations, Graham. You hit puberty.
Oh, hang on. No, I've got the real one.
Whoop-de-doo.
Oh, that's great. Can you do it in an American accent, Alex?
Can Graham do it in an American accent? Actually, that is American accent because you were. That's
I was
your.
going to say it's
that's
a
your
Bob Dylan
of
impression.
Bob Dylan.
So,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
So
You're good,
yes,
Dad.
I can.
Oh, I don't know. I've never watched before. So.
Also, whoop-de-doo.
Done.
Just to point out to everyone, right? I've got this up on my laptop on the YouTube link. There's easily a 10-second delay on this from the stream, so now I'm just seeing all of this trauma just happening over and over again, which is great.
What's that, Graham? You're the one viewer on YouTube. You.
Yeah, it does say there's 5.
No,
So,
I
there you
said 11 on the grand total. So Ian Bowden, welcome to Jazz Club. Nice. So he's watching. 23 hours ago, Dan Live commented saying only 21 hours to go. Well done,
Good
Dan.
at maths, Dan.
John Morris is watching. Anyone got deja vu? I suppose it counts if we've done this a year ago. Adam Unwin.
That, John. I hope you got cream.
Adam Unwin. Sup Adam. Sup.
Sexy Adam.
Yeah. Everyone chinge up for Adam and just go sup. Sup. I love that Alex got his curtain from Dexter's Kill Room. This is sparkly.
Dickhead's come to say hello.
Oh, hello, Katie's
Hello,
cat.
dickhead.
Hello, dickhead.
Hello. And he's purring as well. Nice.
Yeah.
No, Katie.
Your other half is watching from the other room. Says, "I'm here."
Hey, Richard's here.
Hello, Richard. Hello.
Hey.
So that we can send. Yeah, so we can send drink and food orders.
Oh, good. All right. Stuart Dunlop, wait. We're supposed to be watching this.
Aye.
Oh, yes. Okay. There's dozens of us. Dozens. Literally 12.
Oh, God, they're breathing.
Ian Bowden, I'm watching on YouTube. It froze and had lag, but I restarted it and it's pretty synced now. Cool story, Ian. Bray Septic. Well, Dan wasn't expecting you like that. Do you know Bray?
Yeah, Braden is a colleague of mine. It works at a popular hardware store with my good self.
Thank you.
We weren't going to reference the fact that Dan is topless,
completely naked.
but also the fact that on the promo photo, which you submitted a photo of yourself with me at a comedy night a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I photoshopped my face out and put Philip Schofield in, and nobody's mentioned it.
I know.
Then you look like him.
I've got for that photo. I submitted that photo because I've had this on the wall ever since I won it. Because you can't really spell, can you? which explains. Yeah, which explains the book. I had to ask him. I literally, he put my name, and I had to ask him to put the E on the end of my surname.
For context, I had this idea as being MC for a night when I said all the acts tonight are award-winning, or at least they will be when they get off stage. I've got all certificates to give them. So I was writing on a clipboard with my doctor's handwriting, and that is an abysmal handwriting.
Yeah,
with
it's
a
in a I don't know what it says.
That's the
supposed to be inappropriate.
No, that's the art gallery in France.
Yeah.
And I think we should talk about the award.
To be fair, because you also misspelt Tom Douglas's award, didn't you? Because what you meant to put was the funniest ball twat, and actually you spelt that funniest ginger comedian.
Yeah, in a room with me, Katie, and Eddie Johnson.
It was
3 actual people with actual ginger hair.
I was there. Tom rightfully won that. I'm backing Tom Douglas here. He rightfully won that.
George, you were too busy in the pinata pit. Piped up on lollipops.
Okay, we'll circle back to that. We'll circle back to that a bit later. Craig Gilmore, here for not George Coppin, but the actual comedians.
Craig.
Wow.
Well, there's no need for the plural then.
Yeah. Have some of that from somebody with decent grammar. I don't know what that is. If the young, it's the young to be enough at 8. Hang on, what? Hang on.
It's correcting it below, and it still makes no sense.
Guys, Craig, I've got one word for you: Grammarly. Right?
Craig, I know you're disabled, but come on, mate.
Adam Unwin, ginger on ginger violence is never pretty. Graham, your thoughts?
Well, I'm only a tinger, so it's kind of borderline, isn't it?
What's it?
Well,
Clearly,
I'm as in I just get little tinges in my beard of
Oh.
ginge, a tinge of ginge, tinger.
Well,
there you
tinge
go.
of ginge.
Welcome.
I
you
used
know
to be a
what?
lot gingerer, but now I'm like a dirty blonde.
What are you doing with the duct tape, Dan?
I'm making
Or
this
I mean,
viewable for 18 under
No,
18.
don't put it on your nips. That's not going to end well, is it? Oh,
It's only Gorilla Tape.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
the
Carry on.
tape would have worked. The tape would have worked better at the 24-hour stream last year because
That's
chafing
true.
at marathons and stuff, right?
That's true.
It's
I
very
can't
important.
wait to the end of the show
It's-
and Dan takes it off.
It's Gorilla Tape as well, so it's going to hurt.
You're
Save it
going
for
to
the
end
end.
up with your nipple in the tape at the end. You're going to rip that
I
off
can't
and have
wait.
a nipplectomy.
I don't actually need them. All they do is get me in trouble online. So
Stuart Dunlop, Graham, Passing Ginger, Craig Gilmore, autocorrect failed me horrifically. Let me introduce you to a friend of mine called Roger Poulter. Ian Bowden, Grammarly, is that your age range on Tinder? Thanks, Ian.
oh, Ian, well done. He's an actual comedian.
The tape somehow makes it seedier. Great, more tape.
Yeah, you have moved down from the Red Hot Chili Peppers cover to now. What was that? What's her name? Not Jordan, the other one.
I was going to say Katie Price, but that's the same person.
That's the same.
Shit. Oh, that's really bad.
Anyone watching? Jodie Marsh.
Jodie Marsh.
Oh,
Jodie
Jodie
Marsh.
Marsh.
Okay.
You're now a Jodie Marsh cover band.
Hey,
Okay.
Nice. Right, before we get going, a new running theme throughout the series, when we start each show, I want you all to send Richard James a friend request. Now, if you don't know who Richard James is, he's a comedian that's based on the South Coast, and that's him. That's the one. That's the fella, as shown on Dan's phone. He's sending now. Excellent. Good. I just think it would really spin him out if every week everyone who's watching this show who doesn't know him and is not friends with him would to send him a friend request at 8:30 on a Sunday night. If you do know Richard, don't tell him what we're doing, because I do have a history of
Violence.
yes, sort of. I've got a history of pranking him.
Well, technically it's assault, but
yeah. It's
Do you remember last time you did this, and then he ended up getting loads of weird messages from his ex-girlfriend going, "Who's this person messaging me all the time?"
Right,
pretending to be a squirrel.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, last time I did this, he's put up a status saying, "I've just opened my bin and a squirrel shot out." So I sent him a friend request from a profile of Richard Squirrel, the squirrel comedian. So then I spent all day friend requesting everyone in his friends list. His ex thought Richard Squirrel was him and started bollocking him for about half an hour. So he sent a message to Richard Squirrel's account saying, "Will you stop adding my friends? I laughed my hole out." So everybody send Richard James a friend request. So on to our first proper question. So viewers, please stick your questions in the comments. We'll get some of yours later. Adam Unwin, Richard James or Rickard James or Richard James? Richard James. Richard James. I've got a picture. So that's what his profile looks like. So Richard James. There we go. I probably broke some GDPR doing that, but sorry. We are.
No, it was less than 30 seconds. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It'll be right. So I'm going to play you all a clip, and then I'm going to ask you a question directly afterwards.
We're back, baby. Awkward Question Time returns. Brand new season online from Sunday, 7th of May, and live at the Ed Fringe, 5th through 27th of August.
So that was a clip from the trailer for this new series about a month ago. My question to you all is, Who wants to hear how my American voiceover man pronounced Edinburgh on the first take?
We all do.
Yes.
Is it Edinburgh?
I'll wait for it. It's better than that. So this is my voiceover guy, Brian, from Fiverr. He's based in California. I thought on the coast they're going to be a bit more cosmopolitan, aren't they? They're going to know how to pronounce it. I'm not going to need a pronunciation guide.
Brand new season online from Sunday 7th of May and live at the Edinburgh Festival 5th through 27th of August.
Edinburgh. Fucking Edinburgh.
That sounds like something David Attenborough would go to.
Edinburgh.
They can't say anything. They're fucking useless.
I mean, I thought it's not like Loughborough. That's the famous one.
Lugabaruga.
Lugabaruga.
But I thought Edinburgh, because it's such a major city, and Harry Potter being so big everywhere, everyone will know how to pronounce Edinburgh.
Have you heard him try to say Leicester before?
Leicester.
Leicester.
Really?
And what? They have Worcester sauce in America, and that fucks them up.
Yeah, Worcestershire.
They probably get the Benz because it's not got sugar in it.
Yeah. Anything that's any county, any British county that's usually pronounced by an American, they say shire instead of sh, which it should be, because they all think we're hobbits, don't they, George?
The best American mispronunciation.
No, that's just you, Dan.
No, Dan, I can beat it. The best American mispronunciation is they call a school a shooting range.
Have you been reading that?
George, you're getting so fucking dark.
Someone's been on my Twitter.
Okay. George, with not even 20 minutes in.
Yellow card. You have been warned.
I just did it because I wanted that.
I can't, no, because we need to have an intervention, George, because just lately you have gone dark.
No, I'm suntan.
We care about you. That's why we stayed this elaborate streaming. This is actually an intervention.
Oh, I didn't realize
this was streamer.
I didn't realize that that's what this was for. So I'll probably just leave if that's all right with you guys.
Yeah, the cat's gone. He's had enough.
He's just going to show you his ass.
Yeah, whilst purring as well.
And that's how much we care about you, George.
Oh, thank you, Graham. Appreciate it.
There we go.
You're welcome, mate.
It just means so much to me.
Okay, well, he starts crying. Let's go on to our next question. Why didn't I start the revived series 2 weeks ago on the 7th of May like I said I would? Wrong answers only.
You were spell checking your book.
He said wrong answers.
No.
Oh.
You were too busy using your own audiobook as some ASMR thing.
My cat was disgusted in you then.
Is it bad that I actually used one of my own Audible credits to download my own audiobook, even though I own the MP3s?
Yes, that's horrendous. Sort yourself out.
It is. And is it bad that I've listened to it a couple of times?
You should yellow card yourself for that.
I've listened to it a couple of times, Alex, and I recommend anyone do the same. It's a fucking awesome book.
Well, thank you. What can I say? Apart from that, a review that I got from audible.com in America, just saying, the story's bad and the English accent isn't what I expected.
Yeah, the problem they had was with your English accent.
You got Alex.
Not me.
Very good.
Not me doing a really bad impression of Whoopi Goldberg. That wasn't the problem. No.
Didn't you get a review that said "took a punt, wish I didn't"?
That was the same one.
Oh right. Okay.
Yeah, it was comprehensive. They didn't just put shite. It was chapter and verse. Yeah. So Graham, why didn't I start this Revive series 2 weeks ago? Wrong answer.
I just said my answer. It's like the first thing I said.
Say another one.
Okay. See, I had that ready to go. This is it. Wrong answers only. Is it because you spent 2 weeks not telling people you had a book out?
Hang on, am I getting some vibes here that I've turned into sort of like vegan/air fryer owner, where all I do is talk about the fact that I'm a vegan or that I've got an air fryer. I have a book out. I mean,
My question to that is termed.
I mean, like I put shameless plugs for my book no matter where I am. I mean, what sort?
Wait, Alex, have you read a book?
I didn't anyone tell you? Yes,
No.
that's right. Available now in a really evil bookshop.
Available now as doorstops.
I've got one, and it's literally, I don't know if you can see that, but it's literally got, there's a blurb on the back, and that's where the first spelling mistake is.
That got corrected immediately after those proof copies came out.
Okay.
I mean, imagine the embarrassment that typo on the back of the book was pointed out at somebody at the Holly Bush. I mean,
Please tell me it was Dave.
no, it wasn't
Just
Dave.
think-
It was John Parlam, the American dude.
Is this one going to be worth more then?
Hopefully so. Hopefully
Yeah.
so.
I want one.
Let's get some go to the viewer comments. Craig Gilmore, air fryers are life. Finally, we agree on something, Craig. George roped you into a comedy gig at Mickleover and you questioned your career moves, Alex.
No, that was Dan. That was Dan that now questioned his career moves after that gig.
It wasn't a great gig.
It might have
didn't
been
do
both
well.
of us on different nights. But anyway. Yeah, because
To be fair, if you're not constantly questioning your career choices as a comedian, are you even doing stand
comedian.
up?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's par for the course. It's just part of doing it, isn't it?
Craig Gilmore, does Dan have an OnlyFans?
He does now.
Is
You're-
this
you're-
not only fat? Am I on the wrong site?
Well, you've got TikTok.
I've got
haven't
this on screen. I've got this on screen record. I'm going to cut it and upload it later.
Yeah. Got a
So thanks, Sam.
I do have a TikTok, but
It's
I
very
don't,
good TikTok.
and I haven't took my top off on it yet, but I will.
I
Okay.
don't think
Money.
they like that on the TikTok. You're not allowed to do nudity on the TikTok.
Oh, I'm deleting it then.
The Chinese
Uh,
people don't like that.
Donna Scott with the American pronunciations. I've got toast, but I'm not from
Tochester.
Thank you. Tochester.
Toaster.
Hi, Donna.
It's toaster.
It's Toaster.
Toaster.
That's why
Okay.
she said I've got toast, but I'm not from Toaster.
All right.
see.
Okay. Thank you. Now, again, me and words don't mix, which is weird for an author.
And comedian.
And yeah, that's speaky words. Speaky words are good. Oh, that's what we can get to do this one again.
I can't. Words. Good.
Proof. I really can't. No. Yeah. We got some viewer questions as well. Let's have a look. Stuart Dunlop, what's the biggest moment of hypochondria you've ever had when you thought you were dying and it was actually nothing?
A
So
gig.
I thought I found a lump on one of my nuts, but it turned out to be one of the tubes. So I spent half a day convinced I've got testicular cancer, but no, it was actually what was supposed to be there. So
I thought you were going to say it turned out it was someone else's nuts.
yes, that's a problem that all people have got really long arms. So
I relate.
yeah. So can anyone else had a moment of hypochondria? Katie.
I once ate an entire jar of beetroot, and
I've got a feeling where this is going already. Okay.
and I went to the loo the next day, and it was so bright red, I thought I was hemorrhaging out of my arse. And I was literally walking around the house thinking that I was dying, and it took me until about 4 o'clock. So this was my morning poo, about 8 o'clock in the morning. Just so that you all know, at 8 o'clock in the morning, that's what I'm doing. By 4 o'clock at night, I realised actually it was because I'd eaten an entire jar of beetroot. And even though I never told anybody at the time, I was still fucking embarrassed.
Nice. Right, so shitting blood, beat that.
I don't have any actual hypochondria events, but when I was a child, I ended up in hospital a few times because I lied about injuries or being unwell in order to get my older brother in trouble.
Ooh. That's savage. Stuart Dunlop, maybe I shouldn't have asked just as we were starting dinner. Graham, go on.
I have a similar thing to Dan's actually. I I got a referral from one of my former employers for a mental health specialist because they thought I was a hypochondriac because of the amount of days I called in sick. When actually I just couldn't be asked to go to work. But I couldn't keep being off with the same thing, so I had to keep making up various diseases that I think I've got. So then they were like, they had, when they did like the welcome back, or whatever it is, the back to work thing, and they do this, do the next steps. It's like, how can we support you getting back to work? And they're like, Graham, we're really concerned about you. We think that it's all in your head. And I was like, well, I do have brain damage, so that makes sense. I was like, I'm pretty sure I told you I had palsy from the start. I thought that, that was the thing. But then they were like, no, we want you to go and speak to our Better Health team because we think you might be a hypochondriac. And I went, all right, I'll be honest with you. Pretty much, I would say 90% of the time I've been ill. I was just hungover and I was going to a festival or something and I couldn't be asked to go to work. So, and then they were like, right, so this is going to be a very different meeting now. Yeah, so.
I've just remembered that a mutual friend of ours, Adam Money, is also a comedian based in the South. Didn't HR call him in because they twigged that he had like 9 uncles that had died in a year, and he was ripping them off for like sympathetic days off to go to the funeral when he was just having a cheeky long weekend someplace. Yeah.
I had a similar thing in school. I had a friend called Sarah Fox in school, and about 6 of her granddads had died multiple times. She said she was off because her granddad died to the maths teacher, and then she was off again because her grandma had died because her granddad had died, and we had the same maths teacher the next year, and she was off again, and she said it's because her granddad died, the same granddad, and he didn't twig. So she got away with it.
She related to Milton Jones.
No, I don't know.
Yeah. Milton Jones, I'd like. Yeah. Richard, let's hope you've not got beetroot. If anyone else who's related or partners of any of the panel tonight watching in another room, please comment. So we don't Richard feel alone.
Yeah, if I do have a partner, could you please let me know who you are? Because
yes.
Can we just get Richard to replace Katie?
Well, okay. Right.
He is getting dark.
Before she drives to Derby to lamp you on.
No, I've had too much to drink.
You get Richard to do it.
Okay. On to the we've got another viewer question from Big D. Darren Archer.
Oh
no.
If all the panel were to write a book about their sex life, what would be the title? We shall go and start with George for this.
Oh, every little helps.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
That was mine.
You've got time to think of another one. Katie.
Balloon pop and ball gags.
If you need somebody to narrate the audiobook.
I get Balloon. Have you been having sex with Al Grant?
No, do you know what? That's actually what my autobiography is going to be called if I'm ever big enough to make one. So it just fitted that.
Nice. Dan.
I would have to do it. I've got a joke. So I would do the joke and have the punchline as the tagline. The joke's I'm 5'2". I've got size 5 feet. I've got very tiny hands, but I do have an incredibly large penis, which is hard to grasp.
Hard to grasp is a great title. Great title.
Yeah.
Graham, your sex bio.
4 weddings and a funeral.
Can I change mine? Can mine be gorilla tape and nipples?
But that's a porno.
Yeah, exactly.
Mine will just be not nearly getting as much as he did 20 years ago. Which, I mean, anyhow, in my late teens, early 20s, I was smoking. I've got to be honest. Not anymore, obviously.
It's bad for your lungs, isn't it? So
yeah, terrible. Thanks for rescuing me out of that egotistical cul-de-sac there, Graham. I didn't know where that was.
There you, Graham.
Yeah, very welcome. A follow-up question, which links in very nicely to this one from Leanne Easthope. Play snog, shag, marry, and kill with each other. Personally, I would think I would marry Graham because I've known him longest, and after a while in a marriage, you need companionship. Shag, I'd go for Dan because the nipple tape's doing that for me. Kill.
Full screen him and he do that dance.
Later, if you behave yourself. Kill, I'd say George because the body would be really easy to dispose of. And
I saw it coming.
And snog Katie. Any advance on that? No, thought not. Right, okay. Ian Bowden just realised that's not a wine rack behind Katie. Oh, that would be impressive, though, if it was. That would be beautiful.
That is some very colourful wine.
That is. Well, it takes all sorts. Wasn't that? I love these comments where you forget the context where it was written a while ago. Isn't that what you did, Alex? Is that the title of your sex biography, Stuart?
Oh, you're on about when he killed me?
Yeah. We know what you did last summer. You murdered a dwarf. Right. So keep your questions coming in and comments. Next question. What is the most interesting thing to happen to you since the last episode of AQT went out on the 29th of May, 2022? So, Graham, seeing as you look a bit shifty, we'll come to you first. What's the most interesting thing to have happened to you in the last near on a year? Do you know what it is? The reason I look so shifty is because I sent my brain suddenly went, "You've done fuck all in a year, mate. What are you doing?" I guess the most interesting thing, I suppose, was starring in a short film as the lead actor. And all I had to do to get the role was lie about being an actor. So that was.
How dare you?
What did you say? What did you say? And where did you say it?
Well,
to get the part, not your life.
Sure, no, I understood. I understood the question.
George might not.
So I suppose the backstory is
Alex
that was instant karma. Me being a bitch and then choking on my own water.
Sure. Yeah. So I set up a production company and I wrote and produced my own sitcom pilot for just to see if I could. Spoiler alert, definitely couldn't. But anyway, I essentially when we were cutting together like the proof of concept and stuff. So me and Adam Money, we wrote it. Because we were writing and producing it, we cast ourselves as the lead roles, obviously. So then when we had all this footage and I saw this advert for this short film on a Facebook forum, I was like, I could play that. That's easy. That's basically they've just described my personality, so why not give it a go? And they said, so I emailed them. I said, I haven't got a lot of acting experience, but I have just been the lead in a sitcom pilot. because they didn't need to know that I was the one that cast myself, do they? They don't need to know any of that. And then they were like, well, have you got any footage of your acting? And I thought to myself, well, of course I do, because I'm the one that filmed it. So yeah. So I just cut together like a show reel out of my own proof of concept thing, and then sent it to them, and they were like, wow, that was really good. And I was like, yeah, I know, I've studied it for years. It was yeah. So I guess that's it.
They say, George, Disney Plus wouldn't have bumped you if you'd have been that cheeky. You know what I mean?
Netflix has kept me. Thank you very much.
Oh, good. Netflix has kept you. So, George, what is the most interesting thing to have happened to you since the last AQT?
Netflix.
Netflix.
I've been credited in a movie. Actual movie, Graham.
Oh, here we go. George Story Topper Coppin.
Topper Coppin.
Change his name.
Okay, yeah, right. On it. Keep going, George. Keep going.
Oh, no. The film that I did in 2021, School for Good and Evil, finally came out on Netflix, and it went straight to number 1. Yippee! And I'm credited. I'm underneath Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh, hello.
I bet you were. That's how you got the role.
That really long silence while I was changing his name wasn't worth it. It really wasn't.
I'm surprised you spelt it correctly.
Oh, God.
Where's his warning?
He's just installed Grammarly on his keyboard, hasn't he? So
I have, but I disabled it because it was getting on my nerves.
You what it? Sorry, what did you do to it?
One of us, Graham.
It's a deep burn.
I was going to that one anyway, so there we go. That actually relates.
Wait, did Dan not get yellow carded for what he said?
No, that was a deep burn. You were just being a dick. Yeah. Katie, what about yourself?
I haven't been in a film that anyone else has seen.
I thought you were about to say from what I know.
I don't know. Maybe Richard can tell me something that's interesting that's happened since the last episode. I was in the last episode of AQT. Can that count? What else have I done? What have I done?
You peaked at the jar of beetroot, unfortunately. That's.
Do you want some thinking time, and we'll come back to you?
Do you know what? No, I'll tell you what I did. I pretended I had a business, but I did have a business very briefly, and then I realised that I ended up in a film. I have absolutely no. It's a different job. I have absolutely no business skills whatsoever.
Stop Elon.
And I gave up on the business. That's what I did. I learned a life lesson. I'm shit. Stop trying. Thank you.
So you became a life coach in the last year. That's what you're saying.
Got some material out of it.
Hey.
Everything. All the as it was a.
I'm shit. Stop trying. Is that the title of your sex bio?
Ian Bowden, I managed to fall up a hill running in Crocs at a comedian stag do. Were you the entertainment, Ian?
Who's
See, I feel like Ian should be here instead of me.
It's going to be Tom Glover's stag do that 100%. I
bet. So, Dan, what interesting thing?
I came runner-up in the Best New Act category for the Midlands Comedy Awards.
Yay! I went from 3 nominations last year to none.
That's so Dan sucked up Peter Fox.
Yeah, that's no. Well, so did I, and I didn't get anywhere.
That wasn't the right Peter Fox.
Oh, right. That's why he did sleep in a.
But it wasn't cunning, Mr. Fox. So. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Good night. Good night, everyone. See you later. Bye.
Graham's peaked. He's going now. Yeah, nice.
Is that what you had to do to get the job? A room job?
Just leave it on a loop.
That was beautiful. That's what she said. Right. Oh, did you answer? Did you actually answer? Yeah, you did, didn't you? It was getting the nomination, wasn't it?
Yeah, I came runner up. I've also started a TikTok.
Woo!
Hey.
I've done that.
Yeah,
Sam.
let's not do the Ivan Brackenbury pose.
Oh shit!
Yeah, let's not. Yeah.
I don't have ADHD.
Me neither, but I do have a lot of porn. So I think the most interesting thing that happened to me in the last year, there's a couple of bits. One was getting accosted by 2 prostitutes in Vegas.
I didn't know you worked in Vegas, Dad.
No, I just thought what ADHD stands for. It's
Oh, no.
accidentally did horrendous deeds.
Right, if this was only Connect, you'd be well away. I was so I got to go to Vegas, somewhere I wanted to always go to for about the last 20 years. And I think I was sober and asleep for about 3 hours throughout the whole week. So I was walking from the Mirage to the monorail to take me back to the hotel. So I had to go through a casino, and then 2 prostitutes who were sat at some slots turned round on spinny chairs and went, "Hey there." It's like, okay, that stopped me dead in my tracks. I thought, this doesn't feel sexy for 2 reasons. One, it feels like a mugging. If I go back, if they come back to my hotel room, I'm going to lose all of my clothes, money, and passport. That's how it's going to be. And 2, I got 3 days worth of the MGM Grand all-you-can-eat buffet lodged in my stomach. It was out here, right? So I didn't feel particularly limber or sexy in it. So to be honest, thinking about it, all the carbs that I had over the 3 days probably saved me.
Did you swap all of your clothes for their swirly chairs?
How did you even arrive at that?
You've got me down. Anyway.
Some people take leaps. You just got on a fucking helicopter and just went. How the hell?
I mean, I'm not hearing a no.
Okay, we're talking about random shit. Darren Archer wants to know where the duck and pineapple are. That's a great memory.
No, that's the name of his sex film.
His sex film and his dinner. Ian, I don't remember those lyrics from the Kate Bush song. Falling up the hill in a sorry, Kate. Yes. I'm falling up that hill in Crocs.
I was just going to ask if you wrote that question just so you could tell us all you went to Vegas.
Awkward.
I'm surprised after the women in Vegas said, "Hey."
Awkward.
Good, that was great timing. Thank you for cutting me off.
Yeah,
Good.
Yeah, sorry, go on, lad.
No, it's ironic.
Awkward.
My hands are here. I'm not pressing any buttons. Carry on.
It's not even worth it anymore. I was just going to say, I'm still going to say it. It's just not going to be worth it. I commit to the joke. I'm just surprised that when those 2 prostitutes said, "Hey there," you didn't immediately reply with, "Hey, I've got a book out."
Because he didn't.
I'm from the future.
That is a very interesting thing that I did since the last awkward question time. I listened to and read an amazing book by Terry Pratchett.
Who wrote that one?
Terry Pratchett.
I found out that Alex had been commissioned on Fiverr to talk about space, and then he probably got paid pittance for this, and then found out that it was on the BBC stuff with Brian Cox, like he was the other guy, the other voice.
Yeah,
it's like so the BBC sort of
on a YouTube channel with about 700,000 subscribers.
And I come across. I'm into cosmology and astronomy and all that kind of thing, and well into it, and then I was listening to Brian Cox, and then I was listening to this guy, and I'm like, is this Alex? So I had to check.
Yeah,
And it was, and it's you. And it's like,
I love science fiction as well, Dan. It's great.
do you? Well, yeah.
Okay.
Alex, did it immediately ruin your boner then when you heard Alex?
No.
It would enhance it, surely.
Oh, absolutely.
My
always
honey
get a
tongues?
stomp on-
Okay, all right.
Yes, Mr. Honey Soaked. That's correct. That
Yeah,
Amazon
that's
review
right.
is I stand by that Amazon review. Mr. Honey Soaked.
Thanks. It's going back earlier from when I said that I found something on one of my nuts and it turned out not to be a tumour. Donna Scott went, of course, you could always turn your shock tumour diagnosis into a show like me, Badger, on at Books and Fringe, July 15th, Bailey's Restaurant. 9 p.m.
What a plug.
That's how you do it. That is how you do it.
I am just talking about something random. Going, oh, by the way, I've written a book.
It's not really random, Mr. By the way, I was in a film for about 10 seconds.
All right, School of Good and Evil, whatever.
Yeah. It was related to the question Alex asked me. Mrs. I've done nothing.
All right, leave it. We've all had a drink. Leave it. Leave it.
I'm still
I haven't.
waiting for my refreshment. I've asked for one and it's not come back.
To be honest, the way that you ask for that, you sound like you're at the level where you're about to be cut off by the barman. I'm still waiting for my top up.
You can't
It's
remember.
because this is virtual. The drink's not even real.
I've got heat stroke as well. That's the slur, and it's got nothing to do with the gin and wine.
Yeah.
Gin and wine in the same glass.
No. I had a little bit of wine left, so I drank that, and I bought some gin upstairs with me as well, thinking that would last me the full hour. Because in the olden days it used to, but no. Apparently, I drank it all before we started, and now I'm really thirsty.
Oh dear. Working on it. Be there in a second. Wave when you come in, Richard. Wave when you come in. Doris Scott says, thank you very much for reading that out. Ian Bowden, did somebody say Bailey's?
No.
That's Ian's. That's Ian's.
Wishful
drink of
thinking.
choice. Yeah. Is it
No one-
Bailey's o'clock where you are now, Ian? Let me know. That's right. Yeah. Questions. Next question. What present would you give Philip Schofield at his leaving party? So, George, you're a long-term viewer of this morning. Germaloids. Why have you got that next to your desk?
Because I've got to sit down to do this. So
Fair enough. For reasons that... Hey!
Hey!
Richard! Hello. There he is. Just
Oh,
walks
he's
in
doing me
like...
some dinner as well.
Is he?
Oh, he's a legend. Yeah.
Just walks in and serves you like Carson and goes off again. I've got malt vinegar next to my desk. We're talking about weird shit we've got there. Just because.
You always pass it along.
Here we go. 'Cause if you sniff it, it kills pollen spores in your nose.
okay.
Yes, it does. It does work. Trust me. So that I take a tube of malt vinegar everywhere I go. I've also got a this, which is a my hay fever device, which makes my nose glow red. You've got to insert it. Yeah, you've got to insert it, and then.
So how does that work? What's actually happening there?
What's this got to do with Philip Schofield?
Well, he is inserting something into his body, so
Yeah.
No, it's
So-
it's simple. It's
Yeah,
simple,
back
I
on
get it.
track. Thank you, Graham. Back on track. So Germaloids.
It's okay. It's just I
down-
wasn't paying attention, and then I sort of looked back, and I was like, "Oh, hang on, what have I missed?" It
Did
was-
you like zone out for 5
it's just
minutes?
Yeah. Well, 5
Yeah.
minutes, fine, about 30 seconds. Yeah,
So Graham.
And then-
Graham, what,
and
what
then
would
just
you,
look back to see
Well, I
Alex
thought
like
about
this.
me.
And I'm like,
Then
What would you get Philip then, Graham, for his leaving? Do what would you get him?
a signed autograph photo from Amanda Holden.
Nice.
Apparently, she's been quite nasty about him, so I thought that'd be funny. So-
Because the rest of the
What-
Twitter's been lovely right today.
What's Amanda Holden been saying about him?
I'll be honest with you. I literally just googled Philip Schofield and read the headline: Amanda Holden takes critic swipe at Philip Schofield. So I was like, "That'll do." Joke.
Okay.
No, just get him the record of the Boys from the All Night Chemist Philip Schofield song. Just get him the record of that.
Yeah. Was it
Okay,
Philip
look
Schofield
that up.
likes
Yeah,
his
well-
whole field?
Yeah. And so did his brother.
Okay, George, what
Okay.
would you buy?
I thought
What
I
would you
said, yeah, the record of the Boys from the All Night Chemist Philip Schofield song.
What would you write in his card?
Whoops.
Fair.
Shit happens.
Yeah. Katie?
Probably a job on Loose Women.
What? Is that like sort of conversion therapy?
No, yeah, just like that's what happens when you finished on this morning, and you go and do Loose Women. And he has like I know being gay isn't like being a woman, but if that would get him out of trouble, I imagine because he decided he came out as being gay so that he didn't get in trouble for nonsense, didn't he? Allegedly. So I
the Kevin
reckon-
Spacey.
Could you be a bit more blunt with this, Kate?
So I think the next step is for them to come out and say, actually, I think I'm a woman in a man's body. And then he'll be on Loose Women. So I'm going to help him with that transition and just get him in there with Jane McDonald.
Lovely. Lovely. I've got no idea what's going on in the comments. Stuart Dunlop.
So you get him a name change by default to Philippa Schofield. That's what you get.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think he'd probably want to go a little bit further away from Philip Schofield than just Philippa.
It was just a hack joke. I wasn't trying.
To be honest, I think WeBuyAnyCar.com would want him back seeing how shit their new adverts are.
Yeah, but they weren't very good before.
No, they weren't with him in it. I just occasionally throughout the day, suddenly in the back of my mind, I hear, just sold my car.
Oh yeah, but then they dance.
Yeah, oh God. Ian Bowden is not on the Baileys. Shock horror. He's on the JD Honey, as it's National Whiskey Day, apparently.
Is that actually
big
JD Honey,
drinking.
or is he calling you Honey? JD Honey?
Could you clarify that for us, Ian?
Oh
That'd be
my
great.
God!
I'd
Oh
give Philip
my
Schofield a
fucking-
super injunction. What's gone wrong, Kate? Talk
Have
me
you
through
done?
it.
I was going to say, you see that smudge on my hand there? I just plucked the moth clean out of the air. When you watch this back, you're going to see me do that. Fucking pluck.
Hang on, I've got it. I've got the.
Yeah, Graham's on the delay. He's going to watch it now.
Oh my God! I just realised. Yeah, you're on a YouTube delay, aren't you? That's why my gin took so long to come.
Oh,
Rich
do
watching it on YouTube.
you know what? That was impressive. Actually, I did
Okay.
that.
All right. At some point, I will find that, clip it, and use it on next week's show.
Okay.
Is Philip Schofield on next week?
Who knows? Who knows? What happened? Somebody put the lights out. There we go. He's back in the game.
Yeah, my
Choose the
computer's
best-
went
my
up.
God, no. I'd buy him the new Lego range of sex toy. Thanks, Darren. Philip Schofield is in talks with BBC to bring a new series of The Clothes Show. Okay, thank you, Martin. I really should have read that before putting it up. Wow. Right, so
Awkward.
very
Awkward.
note to self: you normally proofread these before you put them up. That's why they don't pop up in real time. I've got a chance to filter
But to
them.
be fair, we have already discovered that you're not great at proofing.
No, that's very true.
I feel like we're ranging.
If only you
ends
could
of
time
bullying
travel.
now.
Yeah.
I'm not willing to be a part of this bullying no longer.
Yeah, you are.
No,
I'm not sure why Alex asked me to come and do this because that's all I do when.
Not any of us doing it.
Pretty much. Right, on to the next. On to the next. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Samantha Presley.
Samantha Presdy who?
That's showbiz.
What the fuck? Why is that funny? I don't
Excuse me while I Google who the fuck Samantha
I have
Presdy
got
is.
fucking clue
Wait,
who that is.
wait till the show's over, Katie.
It's funny. It's funny on two levels. One, that I know who that is, and two, none of you know who that is. So that's that's why the joke works.
No, save it, Katie, for after the show. We'll let you know who that is, then.
It's a chortle thing. Just
it is a chortle thing.
Oh,
We're going to end the show with in fine awkward question time tradition. We're going to end the show with a game. So you'll be pleased to know it's one of the classics, and I've decided to resurrect this one specifically because I know that it's one of Katie's favorites.
Now it's time for a game of Vape or Vibrator.
Right. We are finishing today's show with a game of Vape or Vibrator. So the rules are very simple. I will read out the product name taken from Amazon, and then you've got to guess whether or not it is a vape or a vibrator. I will then tell you the answer. Hey, Richard's back with food. I will then tell you the answer. I love the little look he gave to the camera like he was on MasterChef.
He's going to hear that by the time he gets to the bottom of the stairs because he's listening on YouTube.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Did everything spelled correctly?
Yes, because it's copied and pasted straight from Amazon, where I also got the photos as well. So I will read in the brand name, and all you've got to do is just guess vape or vibrator, and then I'll show you the picture. So number 1, Monvap rechargeable, vape or vibrator? Vape says Kate. Vape. Graham?
Vape, yep.
Well, everyone said vape, so I'm just going to say vibrator.
Vibrator. All right, then. Unfortunately, Graham, you're wrong. It is a vape. There is the Monvap M75 kit.
Is it French?
Possibly. Mais oui, Monvap. So yeah, it is a vape. Next one. When you're ready, go on. There we go. Oliver James handheld. Is that a vape or vibrator?
That's
it
a
sounds
vibrator.
like an accusation.
Craig Gilmore, I hope that dish has beetroot in it. Wow, that's savage. Katie, can you add that to the things you did this year when the next awkward question time happens? Kill them off mid-flight. Okay. If we'll book Katie for May 2024.
Isn't that what Elton John sang about?
What, killing them off mid-flight?
Yeah.
I
And you
killed
lived
them off
your life.
mid-flight.
Seems to me you lived your life like a moth you killed mid-flight.
No. If you sing too good, we get taken off Facebook. As is what happened, believe it or not, when Benny sang. Oliver James handheld, vape or vibrator?
Vape.
Vibrator.
Vibrator, I mean. Vibrator.
Vibrator. Graham?
Yeah, vibrator. Yeah.
Vibrator all around. You're all right. It absolutely is a vibrator. Look at the state of that.
That is a really shit name for a vibrator.
Oliver James. That looks pretty savage. That looks like it's got more power in it than a Black & Decker. Look at that.
It sounds like a kitchen whisk.
It looks like
sounds like
Jamie
Oliver's gone into another business and tried to change his name.
I'm just imagining £1 meals now within the car.
One dish meals. You come in one dish.
Whoa! Shit, you're already on your yellow. Don't make me charge you with like 2 minutes left of the show. Right, next one. Lolatree Fire.
Vibrator.
Yeah,
Vibrator said George with little
I'm gonna
hesitation.
I'm going to say vape.
Vape.
I think it would be incredibly poor marketing to have the word fire for a vibrator, unless
vibrator.
Unless it's for people that are having some kind of thrush issue. I don't know, but
It might have realistic ginger pubes on it.
A Have you ever been
But
called
then-
fire pubes, Dan?
Fire crotch all the time by my wife every day.
Hi, Lindsay.
Hi.
That's what I call Richard.
Okay. Is it? Hello, Richard. I bet you're glad you're watching this now, aren't you?
And he doesn't even have ginger pubes. He just itches a lot.
We are going to have
Okay.
one hell of a post-show discussion. So you're split 50-50.
I
Lone
think
Tree
vape.
Fire is a vibrator.
Oh dear.
Yeah, gonna stay
Look
with
at
that.
the little fire on it.
Is
Yeah,
that a ping
Lone-
pong ball come out of it?
I don't know anymore. That's just a random cat meowing. He's really putting the cherry on the cake.
Not a random cat.
That's what it is. It's a cherry.
Big cat. Right. Two more. Penultimate one. Satisfyer pressure wave.
Can
Gotta
it be
be a
both?
sex toy.
Got to be a vibrator.
Vibrator.
Vibrator. Vape.
Yeah. It'd be better if it was a vape.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a,
Right.
well, I was agreeing with the consensus of the room, which was everyone saying it was a vibrator. So.
No wonder HR don't like you.
I'm saying
I don't have HR. I'm unemployed.
This is his HR.
Babe, your employment record's terrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not getting heckled by a cat.
You know, I've really forgotten just how fucking random this can get sometimes.
Yeah, come and say it to my face, you pussy. There you go.
He's on his way.
So Satisfyer pressure wave is a vibrator, and it's possibly the most disturbing vibrator I've ever seen. Right, before I put it up on screen, I'm just going to say one word. Pingu.
No.
That's a hairdryer.
That's Satisfyer
That's,
pressure wave. That's disturbing. That is
is
what
disturbing.
that is. I hope the chili was good. Do you need another drink yet? It's
She's
just
at work
shout this
tomorrow.
up. It's,
Does it work?
Kids are in bed. We can't shout.
I mean, that would be great. Thank you, Richard.
no, you would be split 50-50 if you inserted that. Do you sound like speak from experience, Paula? Oliver James probably didn't sell that well as a Michael J. Fox vibrator. Fucking hell, right? Okay.
Okay.
More top quality proofreading.
Awkward.
To self-read them before you put show on screen.
You know, Craig.
Read them before you put show on screen. The cat's
To be
waiting.
fair, it would sell.
It would, yeah. Michael J. Cox.
Would he go 88 miles an hour?
All right.
Hey! Well done, George. That's clever.
Cat's
That's
waiting
what you
for-
said.
This eating, but that deserved an applause.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Use it.
My
Right,
cat
then.
also wants my
Lovely.
chili.
Final one.
There
Cock
is, Graham.
phone.
Vape.
Vape.
That's got to be a vape. We haven't had a vape
Vape.
for a while.
Vape.
Yeah, it's a
Vibrator. Vibrator.
Vibrator. So everyone's saying vape apart from George. It's a vape that looks like a vase for some reason.
Also looks like that Pingu thing, but without his coat on.
It does. That's like one of those.
Yeah, that's after the black tie event.
Yeah.
Don't get those two mixed up.
That's like
No.
when he's been circumcised.
Whoa! Craig has volunteered to take a yellow card. We can go one better than that.
Red card, one question ban.
Not really valid because we're at the end of the show, Craig. So there we go. Stuart Dunlop. That's a bong, isn't it? More or less. Yeah, more or less. So that's it. We've come to the end of the first hour of the comeback show, and God, has it been as batshit crazy as ever? It's like we'd ever been away. Fair play, George. You did, okay, right? Yeah. Read.
Right, come on, that's not you.
At least he's learning.
At least he's learning. Yeah, it's okay. It's just taken me 1 hour to get back in the swing of things. That's not too bad.
Has it only been an hour?
It's been an hour and 5 minurs. Shit, I
That's
just realised that was
impressive.
an insult. Okay.
No, it was not. No, it was not.
Has it been an hour? Christ. it
No,
feels like longer.
I'm just thinking I'm yet to say anything funny, and We've
You
gone
killed a
to done.
moth.
I did
Yeah.
Mr. Miyagi a muff. I'll take that.
And Richard's giving you the clap.
Say Mr. Miyagi a muff.
Muff.
That's what.
Great
Which would
show.
be a
Thank
great
you,
name
Richard.
for a vibrator, by the way.
It would. Get a
I'm
we'll,
just-
we'll get a
I'm
Kickstarter
just-
started.
I'm just delighted that we got all the way through that game without being called a disgusting cunt.
Which did happen. We'll go
Sorry?
through that episode. Yeah, Slattery played that game with us called Katie Disgusting Cunt, and then Rage Quit.
No, not just me.
How many gins and wine had he had?
He did say we all were
several,
disgusting
but the thing is, he
cunts.
hadn't stopped since 1989.
He
I'm
said we
glad we
were
got-
all disgusting cunts, and he included himself in that. He specifically included himself in that, and then he rage quit.
I've only just checked the Nokia. I forgot that was a thing, and it just says, "I have a big dick."
I don't remember texting you.
Was that you, Dan?
Unless my big dick texts you.
Oh.
I'm glad we
That's
got
quite
one
hard to
episode of
grasp.
the show without mentioning pegging.
Okay, so to end the show, we're going over and see if we've got anything to plug, even if it is just your socials. So George, still on Netflix. Anything to plug?
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook at George Coppin, actor and comedian. YouTube, George Coppin, or Instagram, Coppin1412. Yeah, at the moment, I'm still on Netflix. If you want to watch me on Disney Plus, you have it till Friday to see me in Artemis Fowl or Willow episode 2. Only watch Willow episode 2 because the rest of the episodes of Willow are utter shite.
That's better than my TV credits, which is Flog It and You've Been Framed.
That's impressive.
Willow didn't even get credited for the little fuckers.
I'm
us did.
impressed.
You can't say
Well,
that,
very
George.
Yes, I can. He's shorter than I am. I can say it.
It's offensive.
I'm learning. Martin Carrick has commented, and I'm not putting it up. I'll leave you to the imagination what that is. I like the fact everyone's now looking at the comments to see what he's written.
100% going to find it.
Don't read it out. It's the object. Katie.
Yeah.
Anything to plug?
Just there's this wonderful little book that I've read and listened to, called The First Man's Time Travel. I actually forgot what it's called then. Yeah. I would definitely recommend that anybody download the audiobook from Audible or wherever you might be able to get the audiobook from. It's absolutely fantastic.
Night, Graham's dad.
Yeah, that was really bad.
It's a really good read. It's a really good listen. I would definitely recommend that. I've got
Meet
fuck all
Simon
going on.
Radcliffe, 39 years old, now at the age where people call him Simon or Mr. Radcliffe.
Yeah.
That one. It is
Yeah.
brilliant. I've done fuck all, so I might as well just have Alex. Plug
I didn't
Alex.
realise Alex had written a book. You hadn't mentioned it.
No. Did you know? Also, I've been to Vegas.
Subtlety's your middle name.
Yes. Dan, not George Coppin live. Now a round of applause for the commitment to that joke.
Wow.
That was beautiful.
Alex,
I have.
please can you clip that for next week?
I've just watched it again. That was why have I done that?
Don't use Gorilla Tape on your hairy nipples, people.
That's going on your comedy CV.
Oh, that hurts. So I'm so full of regret. I'm quite proud of some of the stuff that I've built on TikTok. So if you please go and look at my TikToks at the Top Notch Comedy, there's quite a few decent videos on there. I've got quite a few followers. Do that, please. I like notifications. I'm a little bit of an addict.
Yes.
Enable me, please.
Stuart Dunlop, finally. Daniel, I was waiting for that all the show. That's great. I feel like the worst YouTube tease. Graham, Anything to plug?
Yeah.
We're all thinking it, Ashley.
Well, so all my socials are the same. It's just G Whistler Comedy. I've not got any
Germaloids on his lips.
Sorry, Graham. It's got local
it's
anesthetic
okay.
in it.
To be honest with you, I was in my head. I was kind of imagining that you were doing that as I was talking, which was a bit of an ego boost for me. So it's
Graham,
fine.
if you look down, you can watch it again in a minute.
Yeah,
I think we all shall. We all shall.
yeah. So I've let's see. G Whistler Comedy is all my socials. My shows coming up are all actually not in the UK. I'm going to Italy in a couple of weeks because I can't get any work here for some reason. Not that I'm bitter about it, but fuck you, England. I'm going to Italy. So, there we go.
Which one? That doesn't narrow it down, Ashley.
What? Oh, this guy needs help. Yeah.
Yeah, that could be any of us, really.
That could be.
Probably me. Need a doctor. I'm bleeding.
Excellent. Well, on that bombshell, as Ashley as beautifully said, you guys are definitely back. It's like this show's never been away.
I can't wait to see the clip of that next week.
Me neither. So the final challenge will be is whether or not I can still end broadcast as the end credits finish without that second or two gap of us suddenly appearing after the end credits happen, looking really awkward when it suddenly ends. So strap in, everybody, and let's see if I've still got it. So thanks again to my panel this week, George Copping, Katie Brown, Graham Whistler, and Dan Lythe. We are back for the next 8 weeks. Go forth and spread the word until the word, not the work. I'm now giving spelling mistakes as I talk, which is.
It's like Roger's here.
It is. No, it's not. We're laughing. So I'm going to go now.
Wow.
He's not going to watch this.
Just pretend it was never on.
That never happened.
That'll be a top story on
watch the last 30 seconds.
News.
Quickly, somebody play television, cause a distraction.
Never heard of him. Oh, shit.
Until next week.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye, and stay awkward.